Shalom, Kal Halal, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah Kradash, and double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Actually paused and took the time today to stop at one of my favorite parks. As this is something I recommend you Akim Wa Akwathium do as well, because those of us in this knowledge and this truth, many times we have a lot on our minds, and I would recommend you take a break, get out the house, go for a walk, get some air, pray, all right? Mentally prepare for what's coming up. I wanted to take a minute to address something that occurred recently. And I'm sure by now many of you have caught wind of this, the racist text messages that have been sent out across America, aka Babylon the Great. And it states here, FBI, Justice Department investigating racist text messages. And as you listen to this news report, I want you to keep something in mind. Not only were these sent to specifically you so-called blacks, and what you blacks have to understand, you blacks, Native Americans, Puerto Ricans, Cubans, Hispanics, Dominicans, we are the children of Israel. You understand? And this is part of the curses that are upon our people, that we will be a mock and reproach where the Lord thy God has scattered us. You need to wake the hell up, and you have to understand why these things are happening unto you, because these things should serve as a sign, okay, that we are the children of Israel. Listen closely.
Tonight, the FBI is investigating a series of racist text messages that were sent all across the country. Still unclear at this point who's behind those texts, but the messages have reached the cell phones of teenagers here in California. NBC4's Darsha Phillips joins us live with some new details tonight. Darsha, you spoke with a mother whose teen got one of these messages?
Yeah, that's right, Colleen. These text messages were sent to black people across the country. Recipients calling those messages dehumanizing. Now the FBI is involved trying to track down the senders and determine if these messages came from here or overseas.
Text alerts went off on phones across the country on Wednesday. The messages, eerily similar and disturbing.
You've been identified as a slave, and you're going to need to report on this date at this time.
Tasha Dunham of Lodi, California, says her 16-year-old daughter received a text message telling the teen she had to report to a plantation.
They knew her name, and the demographic was specifically targeted to black kids.
Black students at USC and a local high school in Southern California also reported getting the text messages, and social media flooded with people all posting that they received similar texts.
It says, "Greetings, Aisha Mariner. You have been selected to be a slave."
The wording of the messages vary, but the theme is consistent, telling recipients they've been selected to pick cotton. Dunham believes the text that came hours after the presidential election is a reflection of the current political climate.
The generational and historic trauma for black people and African Americans is so deep rooted. There has to be a deep level of understanding of why we're so triggered by it.
The FBI released a statement from the national office saying it is aware of the offensive and racist text messages sent to individuals around the country and is in contact with the Justice Department and other federal authorities on the matter. Dunham says she hopes whoever is behind this is exposed and stopped before they send more messages.
Let's stop right there, because we get the gist, all right? And this is part of the curses being played out in real time to you, Jakes. And where do we see this at in the scriptures? Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 36 through 37, and it reads, "The Lord will drive you and the king you set over you to a nation unknown to your ancestors. There you will worship other gods." Christianity, Islam, 5%er, some of you are Nuwabians, some of you believe in Mother Nature, so on and so forth. You're worshiping another God and not the God of the Bible. There you will worship other gods, God of wood and stone. You will become a thing of horror, a byword, and an object of ridicule among all the people where the Lord will drive you. Let's go to that definition of ridicule very quickly here, right?
Ridicule.
To ridicule, by definition, the subjection of someone or something, contemptuous and dismissive language or behavior. Look what the Lord did to us. He made us an object of mockery, derision, laughter, scorning, scoffing, contempt, jeering, sneering, sneers, jibs, gibbling, and joking. Let's come out of this and let's go right back to the precepts here. This is the book of Baruch, chapter 3, verse 8, and it reads, Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity in America, aka Babylon the Great, where thou hast scattered us for a reproach and a curse. You understand? And this is happening to our people only. This didn't happen to another nation of people. Let's come out of this here. Consider what the prophet Jeremiah said in Jeremiah chapter 23, verse 39 through 40, and it reads, Therefore, I will surely forget you and cast you out of my presence, along with the city I gave to you and your ancestors. Here's the point. I will bring you everlasting disgrace, everlasting shame that shall not be forgotten. Let's come from here. Let's get it again in the book of Lamentations. Who wrote the book of Lamentations? The prophet Jeremiah. Listen to what he stated. He stated, Lord, you have heard their insults. Is this not insulting? All their plots against me. They plotted against you, Jake, but you still thinking you're black. You're not turning back to your power. What my enemies whisper and mutter against me all day long. Look at them sitting and standing. They mock me with their songs. They're laughing behind the scenes, mocking the hell out of you, Jake, because you're still thinking you're black, not turning back to your power. Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 16, and it reads, Cursed shall thou be in the city, and cursed shall thou be in the field. You see, all sorts of Jakes receive this text messages in high school and college, at your campuses, so on and so forth. All right, you have to understand that this Bible is your history book, and it's about you, Jake. And we'll finish here in Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 46. And they, these signs, these curses, and they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever. And it's still happening now, Jake. Repent therefore and be converted. Shalom.